Good morning, Mr. Prime Minister, President. It's a great honor for me to participate in this very important panel. We're gathered here in Glasgow in the COP26 to discuss the future of the world. And we embrace this discussion also considering that this COP will have a big impact on the biodiversity COP15 that will take place in 2022. Both are intertwined, and the future of biodiversity also depends on what we do here. So we're conscious that the most important thing that we can do in order to avoid a climate disaster is that we accelerate our route to achieve carbon neutrality. But I want to raise today in this panel that it's very important to be carbon neutral, but it's also very important to be nature positive. Carbon neutral and nature positive are two concepts that must be in the minds and hearts of every citizen. I come from a country where 52% of our land is tropical forest. 35% of our land is Amazonic land. And we have 52% of the world's high-altitude ecosystems, better known as páramos. So we come today not with a theoretical approach. We come here with clear commitments. And we decided to sign the Leaders' Pledge for Nature so that by 2030, we will have 30% of our land being declared a protected area. But I must say this today, we're not waiting until 2030. We are today committing ourselves to protect 30% of our territory as a protected area in 2022, because we must act now. We are working to achieve this, also with sound regulation. We approved an anti-deforestation bill that is increasing the punishments for environmental crimes in our country. We've also made the protection of biodiversity one of the most important objectives of our national security strategy. And we launched the Artemis campaign so that all the forces and society all work together to protect biodiversity and to prevent further deforestation. But the most important thing we have also done is that we joined the 1 Trillion Trees Initiative that was launched 2 years ago in Davos. And we committed to plant 180 million trees by August 2022. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to fulfill that commitment, and we will finish this year with 120 million trees already planted in Colombia. And we also know that the most important challenge we have before us is how do we connect financing with the conservation of these ecosystems. So that's why it's not just to declare 30% of our territory being a protected area, but how we conserve those territories and how do we connect green financing with the protection of these environments. I think this is the most important thing that we have to reflect and be innovative and be collaborative. So my invitation to all of you is that in order to protect the tropical forest and the forest around the world, we need to start paying for environmental services. And we need also to expand our tuition and our pedagogy with the public so that we embrace this ethics of the 21st century, but that every conservated land in the world can also be linked to green financing and being able to compensate this in the carbon market. So, Mr. Prime Minister and President, I'm delighted to be here in this panel, and I want to thank you, Prime Minister Johnson, because the UK has been very supportive of all the efforts in Colombia. Yesterday, we received $33 million that are payment by results in conserving the Amazon. And I want to also praise the work of Minister Goldsmith, because with the United Kingdom, we have been able to work along so that we create a new environment in our country so that the protection of the trees and biodiversity becomes the duty of every citizen. So thank you so much, and I hope that today, with this commitment that we have made clear, Colombia also demonstrates to the world that if a country that has only 0.6% of the world greenhouse gases emissions is making the commitment of protecting 30% of our land in 2022, why don't other countries do the same? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.